All right, we're getting to where it all began. This is bringing back some crazy memories. How's it going, everybody? Miguel Quiles here, and today is going to be a day of several firsts, okay? So the first of the many firsts, okay, is that I am vlogging for the very first time. So obviously, if you guys have watched content on my channel, vlog style is not something that I really do that often. And so I thought I would try it out because there's a special reason, special occasion, right? Because the next of many firsts is that I am vlogging on the brand new Sony A7C. So you're gonna get the opportunity to see what that footage looks like and kind of see what I can come up with this brand new camera. And then of course, the last of this list of firsts is that I'm gonna be sharing with you guys for the very first time in video, because I have shared this in lectures and conferences and stuff like that, but never in a video. But I wanna share with you guys how my photography career started. You know, everybody has an origin story, right? And I think the way that I came up in photography might be a little bit different than some other people. And so I'm gonna share with you guys, and not just share it, but I have a unique opportunity because most of you guys know that I originally, for all these years, I've been living in New Jersey. Some of you guys already know, and if you don't know, now you will, that now I moved back to Orlando, Florida to be closer to family. And so that provides me with this unique opportunity to show you guys where, specifically, like where my photography career began. So it's gonna be an interesting journey. I don't even know if this place even still exists. Like, I don't know if the location that I'm about to take you guys to is even still there. Obviously, with this pandemic and everything going on, life is really different. It's really strange. So anyway, hopefully it's still there. And along the way, I'm gonna try to share with you guys some stories and just some really interesting things that I've never shared anywhere else. So anyway, A7C vlog, first time, let's go. Okay, before we head out, let me show you guys what I'm taking with me. I've got a Think Tank messenger bag here. I'm only gonna take 3 lenses with me. I've got the 24 1.4 G Master, just in case we run into some low light situations. I wanna test the A7C out with a fast prime lens. And then we got this guy. This is the new kit lens that comes with the A7C if you get it with the kit. It's the 28 to 60 f4 to 5.6. So we might be testing that out. And then of course, we are going to have the 16 to 35 G Master, which is what I'm shooting with right now. So just showing you guys that. Let's pack up, let's head out. All right, so I'm in the car right now. I'm getting ready to head out. And man, I just have this like feeling, you know, like, have you ever been to like a high school reunion and you feel like you are gonna see friends and see people that you used to know that you haven't seen in a long time? I don't know, I'm kind of getting those feelings and those vibes right now because I'm about to go to a place that I haven't been to in almost 16 years. And it's been about 20 years since I actually, since my photography career began at this place. So, you know, there's a little bit of like, what if the people that I used to know are still there? And I don't know, it's just crazy times. Anyways, let's carry on with our journey.
I'm vibing in my system. 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 Vibing in my system. They say I got it sold up. Hold up, homie, listen. I'm vibing in my system. Vibing in my system. They say I got it sold up. Hold up, homie, listen. I'm vibing in my system. Vibing in my system. They say I got it sold up. Hold up, homie, listen.
So I decided to pull over really quick because there's a lot of rain, typical Orlando weather type stuff. If you didn't know, if you've never been to Orlando before, it seems like every afternoon there's like a monsoon. Like it just rains like crazy. And so, you know, rather than trying to drive and not even being able to see the cars in front of me, I decided to just pull over and talk to you guys for a couple minutes about this new A7C. So it's kind of a weird thing. You know, I'm holding it right now, and if I just kind of briefly glance at the camera, it almost feels like I'm holding something like the A6600. Small, compact in size, of course having the little flippy screen off to the side so that I can see my composition, make sure my exposure is good. This is something that a lot of vloggers and people, creatives, have been asking for, and so I'm seeing myself there. Flippy screen, really cool. One of the other things too, as far as the audio, so I'm using Sony's, I'll put the model number below, but it's one of Sony's digital microphones, and it's really cool because usually you would have a, you know, like a Rode mic or a Sennheiser or something like that, mic on top of your camera, and then you'd have to plug in the mic to the headphone jack. With this Sony microphone, it's actually digital, so there's no cables to connect. You just put it into that hot shoe, the multi-interface shoe on the A7C, and you have a really awesome microphone. It's small, it's compact, there's no batteries, it's pulling its power from the camera, which is really useful. Let me know in the comments how my audio sounds right now. I'm sitting in the car, it's turned on, the AC is on. I'm not even hearing the audio to hear if this is even, like, you know, sounding any good, so hopefully it is. But anyway, so the rain kind of calmed down a little bit. We're going to continue on our journey to, like, my photography mecca, like where it all began for me. So let's carry on with our journey.
My enemies, they fade away, cause I'm the best and I'm just pressing, confessing, and maybe make a way. My aspirations and goals is everything that I'm told. I mean, I'm living so bold, it's everything that I'm owed. I'm a winner, not a loser.
Wow, this plaza is so different. I don't know if you could tell, this used to be Toys R Us back in the day. I remember coming up here to buy gifts and stuff over the holidays, and apparently now it's Conn's Home Plus coming soon. This place is really different. All right, we're getting to where it all began. This is bringing back some crazy memories. Wow. It's been probably 20 years since I pulled into this parking space that I'm in right now. Man, this is so wild. So 20 years ago, it was like very different times. I was roughly 18, 19 years old, was not into photography at all. Back then, I used to buy like those throwaway cameras that you would see in, like, you know, drugstores and things like that. That's what I would use to take pictures. And but at the time, I worked here in this mall. This is the Florida Mall in Orlando, Florida. And I actually worked at a GameStop. And it wasn't called GameStop at the time. I believe it was called Babbage's, which was the name of the company. There was Babbage's and Software, etc. And I think they merged together, and when they merged together, they became GameStop. And so I used to be a third key manager at a GameStop here at the Florida Mall. And, you know, because that's like the dream, right? If you're big into video games, you get the opportunity to work in a video game store. Like, that's pretty sweet. So I became a third key manager at this GameStop location here at this mall. And anyway, we're about to walk inside. We're going to see, number one, if that GameStop is still here, because obviously, you know, malls have, at least here in Florida and Orlando, have been struggling. A lot of the malls that I have been to are pretty much like ghost towns, so I don't even know what to expect going into this mall. But we're going to take a look and see, because my photography career actually began in this mall, not at GameStop, but at a store across from GameStop. There was a manager who worked there who basically scouted me, just continually would come to me in the mornings at work and ask me to come and work for them. And it was an electronics store. It was called Electronics Plus. And Electronics Plus had all kinds of different electronics. But the thing that would make you the most money as a salesperson were cameras and camcorders. And so I had to learn photography, because if I was going to work at a camera store, you got to know photography, right? You can't talk about f-stops and aperture and wide angle lenses and telephoto and all this kind of stuff if you don't even know what it is and what it does. So, I had to learn it. And so we're going to walk in. Right now, I'm actually going to walk through the back door of this mall. This is where, like, the same hallway that I used to walk through every single morning going to GameStop and then eventually going to Electronics Plus, where my photography career began. So this is going to be so weird, so nostalgic, but it's cool that I get to share it with you guys here in this vlog. So I'm going to mask up and go inside and show you. Hopefully the store's still there. I don't know, but if not, I'll show you guys what's there. All right, here it is. This is the walk that I used to make every single morning. We used to work nails, is what we would call them, where we'd work from open to close 3 to 4 days a week. So, as you can see, well, let's see. It says Underground Station, Electronics City. When I worked there, it was called Electronics Plus. I wonder if this is still here. So let's see. Oh, of course. Oh, they're locked. All right, well, that does make things a little bit more complicated. Let's open up the aperture here. So yeah, well, I guess I can't go in that way. That's the way that I would normally come in, but we're gonna try to go in, I guess, through the main entrance where everybody else would normally go through, and yeah, see if we can get into this place and see if it's still there. They didn't have a sock store when I was working here. Man, this place is busy. I guess you wouldn't even think there was a pandemic happening. All right, we're about to walk up on a spot where I've got a little story to tell you. All right, so right around this corner, I'm going to share a story with you here in a sec. All right, so right here in front of, let's see, the Florida Hotel. So when I used to work here in this mall, where I just walked through, it used to actually be a food court. And so they changed it. Apparently now it's not a food court anymore. It's like a Foot Locker, and they just changed everything. Like, everything here is so different. But one day I was walking to the food court, and right here in this very spot, I saw a guy wearing all black. He was with a big entourage of people, also wearing all black leather. I was like, man, that guy looks super familiar. So I start walking up to him. Wouldn't you know, this is late 90s again, early 2000s. It was R. Kelly. No lie, R. Kelly was here with a big entourage of people, probably trying to prey on little girls like the ones that are walking by watching me vlog right now. But anyway, yeah, R. Kelly himself was here. Met a lot of famous people in this mall. For anybody who watched boxing, Hector Macho Camacho used to come in all the time. Scott Stapp, and the drummer from Creed, used to come into my store all the time. So this mall, I wouldn't be surprised if I ran into some celebrities right now. But anyway, we're gonna keep walking, make our way over to the other store. I'll share some more stories along the way. And yeah, let's keep it rolling. Okay, so interesting tidbit. Right over there used to be a door. So that door that I first walked up to that was closed used to have a hallway that would lead to a door that would let me in right there. Now, as you can see, it's an H&M. And right there used to be, I believe it was Dillard's. And now it's just a exit. There's some additional shopping outside. Man, this place is so different. All right, everybody, we're almost there. Wow. Okay, so I see something crazy right now, but anyway, Let me flip this around. So this is where part of my story began, GameStop. This is where I used to work. And right across the way, that used to be Electronics Plus. It is now a Smoke Pro Gallery. But that spot right there is actually where my photography career actually began. It used to be a camera store. We'll just kind of go in. Let's take a look and see. All right, so I just walked out of the store because you can't really record inside the stores. But so yeah, the place I used to work at is now a smoke shop. So how the times have changed. But right next to, so that's the store I used to work at right there. Flipping around, right next door was Spencer's. And a funny story about Spencer's. So one particular day I was standing outside, as many people that work in the mall often do, waiting for people to like come into the store, come and buy stuff. And so one day I see this lady walking by. She's got a pink shirt. It's a Hello Kitty shirt. I still remember it to this day. And she came into this Spencer's store. So I go in and I notice there's like an entourage of people that are following after her. And I'm thinking like, man, she's not like anything special looking, you know, for people to be following her like that. So I walk over, and of course all this stuff wasn't here at the time, but I peeked in through the window and I'm kind of just like straining my eyes to see who this is. And lo and behold, it's actually Mariah Carey, who was here, who was shopping, buying stuff, and like she had, I don't know, 6 or 7 people around her, and they were asking her a bunch of questions. So again, you run into a lot of celebrities here at Florida Mall. So odd, man. This is like straight nostalgia walking through this mall. So a couple of things on vlogging actually, because you know, like this is my first vlog on my channel. It's a lot easier to vlog 2020, especially when you can, you know, walk around in public and wear a mask. You know, it makes you feel, you know, like you just don't really care because people can't really see your face. They're never gonna know who it was who was walking by. So that's kind of cool. Let's talk about the experience vlogging with the A7C. So, few things. It's kind of crazy because Sony basically took the A7 III, they took the A6600, they took A7R4, A9 II, a lot of the things that people love about all of these cameras, and they basically put it all together into one package. So you have a camera that, you know, has the size of something like an A6600, that has the swivel screen of the A7S III, that has the Bion's X processor of the A9 II and the A7R4. So you get really fast autofocus performance. But you have a lot of new things that are built from the ground up. Had to find a place to stop because it's really hard to talk, and especially talk technical stuff while I'm walking around. So as I was saying, a lot of stuff that was kind of built from the ground up. So things, for example, like the construction of this camera. They went with this Monarch, I think is how you pronounce it. I'll spell it here below. Construction that makes it really rigid. When you feel the camera, it feels like durable. It has that full frame type of feel that you would expect to see in a camera body of this type. You know, it's one of the things that I noticed that was different going from an APS-C camera to a full frame camera. You feel that, you know, weather seal. This is dust and moisture resistant. So you do have that difference in the construction of the A7C. The other thing that they did was the in-body image stabilization. Because this is a full-frame camera, the in-body image stabilization had to be done from the ground up as well. So that's another thing that you're gonna really like. I mean, I wasn't walking with a gimbal or anything throughout this. I'm literally walking with the Sony grip as I'm walking around. So it kind of gives you guys an idea. Like, I'm trying to vlog in a way that somebody who's vlogging for the first time would vlog, right? You get the camera, you get your grip, you have your microphone, and you basically just walk around and just kind of like tell the story of what's happening around you. All right, so I got one more funny story for you before I continue on with my journey. So right behind me, there's this hair salon. I think it's called Bahama Nails. And if I remember correctly, that's what it's always been called. But back in the day, when I had hair, as you guys already know, I'm pretty bald, but back in the day I used to have hair. I used to go there on my lunch breaks every couple weeks or so, get my hair done. And yeah, so one day on my lunch break, I go there, and I always went to the same person to get my hair done. And she was like, hey, I really want to do your eyebrows. I'm like, nah, I'm good. You know, dudes don't do their eyebrows, right? So, so she's like, listen, I'll do them for free. Like, I really want to do them. You need it, whatever. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna let you do them, right? Now, I've never had them done before. She gets the wax, starts ripping them. My eyes puff up, like swollen, like I look like somebody had punched me in the eye. And it was like the funniest thing. So I go back to Electronics Plus with both eyes swollen. And they're like, Miguel, what happened to you? And I'm like, listen, I was in the parking lot and this like crazy thing happened. I dropped my wallet and I lifted my head up and all of a sudden somebody kneed me in the face and he took my wallet. He's like, what, are you serious? I was like, yeah, man, I got jumped in the parking lot. And they're all like buying it hook, line, and sinker. And next thing you know, I'm just like, listen, you know, I'm just playing, like I just got my eyebrows done. I probably should have stuck with that, right? Just stick with the story. Like I got jumped in the parking lot rather than telling my very macho male coworkers that I got my eyebrows waxed. All right, so I'm outside right now. It's really, really hard to vlog. I said it was easy to vlog with a mask on because you have that anonymity. You don't really have to worry. Like people are looking at you, but it doesn't really matter because you got a mask on. No one recognizes you. The downside of vlogging with a mask on is that you get really tired talking and walking, you know, unless you're in some kind of like supreme shape. Like here in Orlando, it's humid, it's hot, it's muggy, and indoors it's usually not that much better. So I decided to go outside in the parking lot and kind of finish off the vlog and kind of give you guys my impressions on this new camera, the A7C. So a couple of quick things. First and foremost is that the camera is really lightweight. You know, being able to vlog with a full frame camera that is akin to the size of what you would get out of an APS-C is just outstanding. From that side of things, it was great. It wasn't a pain to walk around and hold this thing. You know, it packs away really discreetly. You guys know I'm a full frame shooter. I do own APS-C cameras, but you know, part of the thing with APS-C, like I get the allure. The allure is that it's small, it's light, it's compact. So if you're traveling and you want a camera that you want to take with you that does better than a cell phone, then APS-C is gonna, you know, get the job done. But for me, being somebody who loves full frame and someone who loves the full frame look, I am so happy with the A7C because I get that full frame look, but I'm getting it in a package that is small and light. And there really is like no excuse not to take one of these with you, you know? So all that being said, I'm gonna do a full review on the A7C here shortly. Today it was really just about showing you this journey, like going to where my photography career began and kind of showing you, you know, where it is and sharing some stories along the way. So if you guys enjoyed this vlog, please do me a favor, leave a comment, leave a thumbs up. Maybe I'll do some more vlogging here in the future, share some more stories, because being that I'm here in my hometown in Orlando, Florida, there's a lot of stories that I could share with you. So if you guys want to hear those things, let me know in the comments section below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, Make sure you subscribe to the channel because I have new content coming up all the time. And thank you guys so much for watching. More stuff coming on the A7C very soon.